Come in, damn it. You're sure a punctual bastard.
Welcome to the podcast at Orgy Castle. Sit back, darling, and enjoy with your hosts Derek and Paula.
Welcome to another episode of Podcast at Orgy Castle,
yeah, people. Degenerates, welcome.
Like a deflated balloon, we walk into this episode watching yet another Emanuelle film. I will leave it up to you folks to determine what the score is so far on the Emanuelle scale and our trip through Emanuelleville. So far, we were 0 for 1. You'll have to wait to the end of the episode to find out where we lie now on this. Or maybe just like in 5 seconds when when I start to describe this movie.
Oh, God.
I think we briefly talked on the last episode about the Emanuelle series. I've seen some of them that are kind of fun and they're fluffy, and Felicity really reminded me of most of the Emanuelle stuff that I've seen.
It was the Australian Emanuelle, yeah.
Absolutely. Yet,
and fun.
On the podcast so far, we have yet to find an Emanuelle film that even remotely resembles that.
Yeah. This didn't do it.
I think we are jumping into just random off-title Emanuelle films.
Yeah, I think you're right. We haven't hit the Sylvia Crystals or the canon Laura Gemser.
Yeah, instead of a Laura Gemser movie that was something else entitled.
Yeah.
This week, the Inconfessable Orgies of Emanuelle, directed by one of our favorite directors, Jesus Franco.
Yes.
And co-directed by Lina Romay.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's why there was so much hot lesbian action at the beginning.
Just at the beginning?
Well, for the first 30, 40 minutes.
Okay, before we go into all the insane plot twists in this movie.
There was a plot?
No, there wasn't. I'm being facetious at this point. I'm looking at my Plex right now, and this is what it says. Emanuelle is recently reunited with her husband, but at the next party, she gets drunk and strips nude for his friends.
Like you do.
Later, he returns to his lover. Then, a sober Emanuelle tries to redeem herself, but her husband refuses to forgive. She travels to see him, gets raped on the way by 2 delinquents, and enters a life of vicious sex to forget him.
Is that what happened?
Slightly. Whoever wrote this must have paid as much attention as I did to this movie.
How many gifts for sleep can you find?
I found quite a bit.
You did. In
the span of an hour and 24 minutes, I found quite a number of sleep gifts.
You did. Not your jam.
The first 20 minutes of this movie, how would you describe the first 20 minutes of this movie, Paula?
Well, there was a guy walking around a castle on a mountain in a navy blue blazer with khaki pants and a glass of champagne, talking to himself.
Yeah, this is all a story that he's recounting to himself because he's a noble Spaniard, we end up finding out.
He is a noble Spaniard, yeah.
He's a noble Spaniard, as Mary had just so perfectly on the nose nailed. He is the Spanish version of Julian from Trailer Park Boys. So he's Spanish Julian.
He was a voyeur. He was the creepy guy lurking with a drink in his hand constantly. Yeah.
So we have this guy telling us the story of his time with Emanuelle. And Emanuelle in this world, in this movie, she is married to a diplomat who is gone quite frequently. So she is off on sexual escapades all across the countryside.
Yeah.
And this is one of them. So the first scene we see the diplomat and Emanuelle go to a wax museum and proceed to have sexy time on a dirty wax museum floor.
Another fucking on the floor thing right in front of Bogey and Bacall with Liza Minnelli from Cabaret looking on. And Liz from Cleopatra over here. Yeah.
Yep. And pants fucking. So right off the bat, we have 2 huge check marks against this first opening sequence.
Yeah, there was a lot of pants fucking and pants raping in this
There's some
movie.
pants rape in this movie.
Yeah.
Wrangler rape.
Because when you're having a breezy, fluffy, sexy movie, you have to have rape.
Okay. We will come back to your comment about this being sexy later.
I was just saying, okay, may I?
You may, because sexy has to have
movie.
so many quotation marks.
I cannot put enough quotation marks around the word sexy. It was supposed to be a sexy movie. If Franco and Rome were like helming this thing, it was supposed to be, but motherfucker, did it miss the mark.
I have a feeling Franco and Rome were out doing something else while this movie was happening.
Cocaine and Quaaludes?
Oh my gosh. So this opening sex scene goes on for about 10 minutes. Well, actually, the sequence goes on for about 10 minutes. He comes in about 2 seconds.
Yeah, not a lot of stamina in this movie, is there? There's a lot of female stamina. There's some hot like female on female sex scenes, but the ones with men are like, is that it?
That's terrible. It's terrible.
Really, that's it. Boy, that really makes me want to go out and have sex with a man right now.
Nope. None of these men.
Nope.
Not a single one of them. And we'll get to one of probably hands down the most hilarious sex sequences I've ever seen in a movie a little bit later. But we got to forge on because there's just so much to talk about with the Inconfessable Orgies of Emanuelle.
There was not one single inconfessable orgy.
No, there's nothing that couldn't be confessed. And there are no orgies in this movie.
The episode of Erotica that we watched before this that was talking about pussy talk with that chick in the confessional talking about how her bare pussy is on the wood and it makes her horny. That was sexier than anything that happened in this entire movie. There were like I said, there were a couple of girl on girl scenes that were kind of cool, but you could tell that they were fake. Like everything was fake. And then the scenes with the men, seriously, did they even get to 2 pump chump?
No, not a single one of them.
No. And then the woman's all like, girl. Okay, I don't know if you know this, but I've had sex.
Once or twice.
Maybe.
A couple times.
A couple times. I have a frame of reference is what I'm saying.
Yes.
And that doesn't do it. That doesn't cut it. That is not, throw me down on the floor, no foreplay, stick your dick in me for 30 seconds, and then I'm in
pass out on top of me.
Yeah. No.
Well, we don't want to disappoint the viewer, so we're going to move on to yet another sexy scene where the diplomat and Emanuelle show up at a strip club in which our next lead female lazily dances for 20 minutes.
Okay, this woman makes me look like a hummingbird. I am a human house cat, and she makes me look like I'm a hummingbird. I love that gold lame jumpsuit she had on. That was fabulous. But yeah, her striptease it made some of the ones. And what was the last Flesh movie that we watched?
The Curse of Her Flesh.
Yeah, the hump in the air chick.
Yes.
Yeah, that was.
She was a contortionist compared to the dancer in this movie.
Oh my god! That was. But she then went on to seduce every person in the film.
Yeah, which is quite shocking because the vast majority of her dance was her standing, smoking, and lightly gyrating her hips.
Yeah, good
for
gig
20 minutes.
Good gig if you can get it. No, nobody ever paid me for that. So
I almost felt like this was the reverse of an Andy Milligan movie where nothing happens, but nobody is talking in this movie. It's just, we're just watching a person stand still and smoke for 20 minutes.
Yeah. The more I think about it, the more this was some strange form of, not strange form, it's Franco, so it can't be strange. Just a form of his voyeurism just kind of taking over. And this is
Absolutely.
like, we're watching Franco be a voyeur, but at this point in time, it's not necessarily as jazzy as it once was. And when was this made? Do you know?
In 1982.
Okay, so Franco was way past his prime at this point.
Yep. With you saying that, that's exactly what this movie is. Imagine, listeners, that you were the kind of creep that just wandered around and looked in windows and watched people. That's what the experience of watching the Inconfessable Orgies of Emanuelle is like, because half of the scenes we look through windows and bars and watch people barely in frame, maybe doing something sexy.
because it's,
Maybe
because it's the husband sneaking around trying to watch his wife doing whatever the fuck it is she's doing.
the noble Spaniard.
The noble Spaniard in the double-breasted blue blazer and the khaki pants with a glass of champagne walking down the mountain road, pontificating to himself about his slutty wife, Emanuelle.
Yeah, and his, prowess as a noble Spaniard lover.
Yeah, which he takes out on the lazy stripper eventually.
Do you think that maybe all of this narration that's going on, he's kind of like Agent Cooper talking to Diane? He's got a tape recorder next to him and he's just, he's writing his memoirs.
I think so, but I don't think Diane's listening.
I don't think any woman should listen to this guy.
I don't think any woman should either. It was some of the sex scenes with the women at the beginning were kind of cool, but then at the same time, like, this was a movie that had a lot of, and I can't put enough quotation marks around the word sex in it. But
it's all the movie was.
It's all the movie was, but it didn't come through.
Because it's not blocked well. Like every single sex scene, you don't see anything. It's so awkward.
No. And again, you have that look where you're looking at someone and you're like, is he fucking her belly button? Because the blocking, the positioning is like so odd. And they have these two women like going down on each other, which is one of my favorite things. But well, it is, but the way that they did it was not one of my favorite things, because you could tell that they weren't really doing it. And so it was that, getting into like trying to do like, it was definitely softcore. There was no penetration or whatever. At one point we had dong, but it wasn't penetrative dong. It was just, hey, look, we've got dong. But yeah, it was that awkward, like with the alien kissing, like what we were talking about. You see two people kiss, but at the same time you're like, I'd really rather not be watching them kiss. This is not
or
working.
Approximate kissing
and approximate 69 and approximate oral sex and everything. And then God, I hate to say the word again, but pants fucking. I mean,
so much pants fucking.
So much pants fucking. Just
there's pants rape. There's a whole rape sequence where Emanuelle is looking for the diplomat out in the middle of the desert on the coast. For some unknown reason, she drives out there. It's not nothing there. Really, you don't have to listen to a single word of dialogue in this movie. It is inconsequential. It does not matter. She shows up and then is promptly raped by two dudes that come out of nowhere, because there's nowhere to come out of, and rape her on a rock. Yeah. And they don't take off their pants.
No, they don't take off their pants. They don't. It's pants raping and pants fucking in this whole thing whenever men are involved. Yeah.
So up until this point, and I haven't even gotten to the quintessential scene in this movie.
Okay.
Yet. What did you think of this movie up until this point? Up until we get the very lackadaisical sunbathing pants rape sequence.
I liked the girl on girl stuff. I thought that was kind of fun, but again, I also thought it pulled the punches. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. It was boring.
It was incredibly boring.
It was incredibly boring. And I never expect that from Franco. I expect weird. I expect strange. I expect my brain to go, hey, what the fuck was that? But with this, it was just boring. It wasn't. I mean, he had some of his tropes where he had like that. You realize that whenever she goes up in the club and the woman's like, who wants to come up and do whatever with my pussy, and she's the one who's in the bar who does it. So they have the club sex scene, which is very much a Franco thing, but it didn't ring true as a Franco film, and it didn't ring true as an Emanuelle film, because I have a really hard time believing that a woman's going to like with Felicity, when we were watching Felicity goes out there and has these sexual escapades and there's no repercussions. It's just this happy go lightly. Like, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to fuck people and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And I'm not going to get punished for my activities. And in this one, halfway through the movie, like we were talking about, there's a fucking rape scene. Like this girl's going out. But did her husband plan for that to happen to her? Because he said he was going to get back at her. So was that like a planned thing, or was it just bearded dudes who came out of the woods and like raped her?
I think it was happenstance. Because I think at that point they were separated. So he was obviously, totally disassociated with life itself. He's just having sex, ironically, with the woman she cheated on in front of him at the club. And he's just kind of despondent out at some random
the castle
motel.
on the rock. Yeah.
The castle on the rock, the house on the rock. They went to Wisconsin, supposedly.
The carousel on the next.
Yeah. Yeah.
Odin and Shadow are waiting for you.
Yeah. So up until this point, the film is very much a bunch of very boring one-shot sequences where it feels like this is just a movie that Jess Franco is cranking out. Like you just hitting record, letting it go, and then just editing it together with the connective tissue is this narration from the noble Spaniard. So all of a sudden the noble Spaniard he sees an opportunity to finally get with Emanuelle and somehow charms his way into her bedroom, and he tells her, baby, I'm going to teach you what it is to be loved by a noble Spaniard. This sequence had me laughing so fucking hard because, one, as you had said, he pontificates about his philosophy on life, love, and the sexes throughout the entire movie, and how, the love lives of monogamous relationships are really pointless, and the future is, free-spirited swinging and, the death of monogamy and all this.
Then he becomes obsessed with watching his wife, quote unquote, cheat on him.
Yeah, he's a cuckold after this point.
The whole time.
The entire movie. But the sequence, so he lays Emanuelle down on the bed. He tells her, prepare yourself. You're about to feel and learn the love of a noble Spaniard. So he strips down, limp as a wet noodle, stands in front of her
Can't wait.
and does the sign of the cross before her. Then proceeds to lay down on top of her and lazily hump her for 30 seconds.
Before he comes and she goes,
Was it good for you? I guess.
Yeah, it was great. I'm gonna go in the bathroom for a minute. I gotta wash off and pee. Yeah. Yeah. If you have to ask,
nope.
No.
You have failed.
You have failed miserably. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah.
Yet somehow he gets laid again in this movie.
All men do.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
But
there's always some woman willing to put up with your shit.
So I guess for the hour and a half we watched this, the whole movie was worth it for that one sequence. Because doesn't he then gets up and goes, I have to go pee-pee, and leaves the room?
Yeah. Welcome to heterosexual sex. Yeah.
Not all heterosexual sex is that bad, Paul. Not all of it.
Oh, honey, I've had all of it. It is.
Very interesting. Very interesting. I will disagree with you on this, but
That's
anyways,
fine.
we will go on. And then nothing really happens for the rest of this movie.
No. This was one of the worst Jess Franco movies I have ever seen.
Completely and utterly useless. If you absolutely needed to watch this, the perfect time to watch this is toss it on your TV, look around your house. Oh, hey, this carpet could be vacuumed.
Hey,
back in the
Derek. Hey,
carpet.
Derek, how's your lawn?
Go out, mow the lawn, come back in, fold some laundry, get the
Yeah.
laundry done,
Oh,
maybe toss it on the iPad, go do some dishes, and come back. And you only need to check in every like 15 minutes, 10,
yeah.
15 minutes, whatever.
If you're lucky, you'll miss the rape sequence.
Yeah, if you're lucky.
Mm-hmm.
But if you really need to know, I'll give you the time code for when the Noble Spaniard sequence comes up. And you have to be quick about it because it only lasts 3 minutes.
Oh my god. Well, that's longer than most of the actual consensual acts lasted in this fucking movie.
That's longer than my attention span held during this movie.
Oh,
So,
it was bad. It was bad.
oh my gosh. Was there anything remotely interesting besides the mildly sexy lesbian sequence at the beginning?
No.
Okay, so let's move past this and move on to the Jackalman action. Paula, what are you going to give this miserable piece of shit?
Half.
Half a Jackalman, very generous.
Half a Jackalman, very generous. I love.
What is the half a Jackalman?
Lesbian sex.
Okay.
And so there were some beautiful. I love teeny tiny little Euro titties, and there was some great porn bush. And so teeny tiny little Euro titties and great porn bush, and a couple of really good garter belts is all that gives this any sort of merit at all. It was bad. It was just bad. I would not recommend this to anyone.
It's unfortunate that we're 0 for 2 on the podcast at Orgy Castle with Emanuelle, because I will agree this is a half Jackalman movie if I've ever seen a half Jackalman movie, and that half Jackalman is just because there's lots of naked women in this movie.
Yeah,
that's
lots and lots and lots of naked women and simulated pussy licking and, like I said, bushes and beautiful little tiny elf tits. But other than that,
But big deal. I mean, maybe like 11-year-old Derek would have been very excited by this movie.
Yeah, but now you're almost, oh my God, your birthday's coming up. You're going to be 42-year-old Derek.
I'm going to be 36 years old this year.
Okay. I'm going to be 27.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers, baby.
So that's it. Another complete and utter fucking dud. I'm going to put it out there for the listeners. If you know of an actually good Emanuelle film, I'm thinking maybe like Emanuelle in America or Black Emanuelle. One of those two films may be worth us checking out.
Something that might not make our boners droop.
What boner? My dick went into a coma during this movie.
Never actually got to the point where it could droop. It was already drooping and just got droopier. Yeah.
No, you'd have to get adrenaline shot into that penis to get any sort of reaction.
There's a visual.
Yeah, there you go. So, folks, let's go ahead and take a break and listen to Angelique Bone talk about some literary smut on the book club at Orgy Castle. We'll be right back.
Hi, and welcome back to the book club at Orgy Castle. I'm your host, Angelique, coming at you live from the Snuggle Dungeon. We're continuing on with the last book in the Bigfoot Erotica bundle by Jacqueline de Cirque. This one is titled Broken In by the Bigfoot Gang. So yes, we're dealing with another virgin. In this story, you've got Tabitha traveling to some trail in South America with her best friend Megan, who she has a huge crush on and who she wants to do, sexy things with. They're in the rocks and hills that they're climbing. So they go and start climbing, and there's a rock slide, and Megan almost falls, and Tabby saves her, and then they get undressed and get it on right there on the crumbling trail with disastrous results. Let me just say this. If you're ever in a situation where the trail just washes right out from under you. You want to move to a different, more secure location if you're going to 69 each other. Not that I'm talking from experience. I always, keep it on flat land. But anyway, so in the middle of their little get-together, the ground falls out from under them, but they're saved. They're both caught by, you guessed it, Sam Scranches, the big feet, because there's multiple of them. Of course, I don't know if Bigfoot is like deer. Is the name itself a plural? I'm no scholar, but whatevs. We'll leave that to the folks up in Washington to decide. Anyway, they're buck naked and surrounded by big feet. Tabby passes out and comes to after having a weird dream of seeing Megan, stroking a baseball bat, which you know what that is. But she's really awake and this is really happening. And again, with the Bigfoot musk overtakes you. Animals in the wild stink. And I would just think that a Bigfoot doesn't smell good, regardless of the musk that's wafting off of them, which the musk is probably not something you want to smell. I don't know. What do you think a Bigfoot smells like? Tell us on our Facebook page. Anyway, so of course the musk overtakes them and Tabby gets double teamed by two Bigfoot while Megan handles the other. And right now it's just a bunch of hands and mouths action. And they get doused with Sasquatch semen. Then, in a remarkable twist, which kind of I found amusing, the big feet drag the women out of the cave and throw them in the river and wash them off so they're ready for the next go-round. And oh boy, is there a next go-round. There's just a flat-out Bigfoot orgy, and Tabby gets DP'd by two Bigfoot, and Megan and another Bigfoot joins in, and the end of the story finds Megan and Tabby living together, and Megan just took a pregnancy test, and it's positive. So she's carrying Bigfoot's love child. So hopefully there will be a follow-up to this story, because I'm kind of curious to see what happens when humans mate with Bigfoot. This one's fun. Bigfoot, any cryptid erotica is just a good time. Completely and totally unrealistic, but what's the harm in a little fantasy sometimes, right? At any rate, until next time, bye!
So we're going to take a week off on the podcast.
We've got one next week, and then we're going to do a week off the next podcast.
Oh, I thought that was...
We got Catholic nuns in Rope Hell next week, baby.
Oh,
Number 30, bitch.
Am I completely off on our schedule?
You just got a lot going on, honey bun.
Oh my gosh. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So next week we are watching, oh my gosh, I cannot believe this.
Catholic nuns in Rope Hell. We're back to the Japanese BDSM, motherfucker.
And remember, I don't know if you remember this, Paula. We don't have subtitles for this movie.
We'll make up our own.
So, listeners, if you've been waiting for your opportunity to jump in on the Patreon page and join us on our rabbit, this is going to be an epic session, because everyone's going to have to try and make sense of this movie together.
This is the filthiest Mystery Science Theater 3000 you ever encountered.
So please go to the Patreon page at patreon.com/all the gimmicks and jump in on the $6.66 tier so you can join us.
Highway 666.
666. And you will get to do Mystery Science Theater Porn 1000 on Catholic nuns in Rope Hell. So,
4,000, yes.
Until next time, Mistress Paula, parting words.
Well, you know, I can think of a few things less painful than the Inconfessable Orgies of Emanuelle. Needle in the dick.
Mm-hmm.
Satan is the name she goes by. There's a lot of devil in her eye. Kiss a fire that burns you well. She breaks your heart and it hurts like words can't tell.